What's up guys, JTails here for another video, and today I'm giving you guys a competitive guide for Joker. And I know some of the comments are going to explain that it's been such a small amount of time, JTails, how can you possibly make a guide on this character already? Well, I'll have you know that I've spent at least 10 hours or more playing this character, watching videos, talking about it with other top Smash players like Leffen and Void, and I think I have a really good understanding of the character that I want to share with you guys. So let's get right into it. So Joker is a lot of fun. Right now my impressions on him are that he has a lot of room to improve as a character. I think in his base form he's okay. He kind of reminds me of like a Zero Suit or a Sheik kind of character, and once he gets Arsene, that's really when the character shines. So there's a few things I want to talk about just to get them out of the way. I'm going to be mainly talking about his base form first, and then we can kind of talk about Arsene and then how the moves change and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. So your main tools as Joker is going to be actually your grabbing, right? Kind of using his speed to get in, and of course you can hold B while in the air to keep continuously dodging, and you can use this for a quick ground slide as well if you time the height properly. So it's almost like a pseudo wave dash. Do realize that after the dash you are actually vulnerable and you can get hit, but it's just a really nice movement option that you can actually cancel out of. So what I'm doing is I'm just short hopping and then pressing B and holding forward. I'm holding B and holding forward actually. So you can kind of use this to your advantage and play around with it, because different heights will actually give you a different slide distance. So you want to practice to make sure that your slides are on point, and if you want to move that way. Once you're holding B, you actually can't change the direction that you're shooting in. Even if you move backwards, he's always going to stay shooting in the same direction. So that's just important to know. Even if you're on the ground, you can't change the direction in which you're shooting. Also, while you're holding B, you can hold down as well, and he does this kind of like downward hitting move. While you're holding B, you can press jump, and he'll do this kind of like a Dante-esque shooting downward move, which deals decent damage, definitely does more while Arsene is out. And you can use it to kind of mess with people's recoveries, like Fox and many other people off stage. I'm just jumping, holding B and holding down, and then you can use your grapple to come right back. So likewise, if you hold B and hold up, Joker will spin around a la Bayonetta and kind of like deal damage. It's important to note that the bullets actually travel 2/3 of the stage, right? About 2/3 of any flat stage of the usual stages, and they deal about 1 damage per shot. Once you have Arsene, he actually shoots 3 shots, but your opponent can actually walk through these bullets, so you want to be very careful. It's kind of like Fox lasers. Yeah, your opponent can move while getting shot. However, if they're really close to you, the gun hitbox will actually like push them away. The fire from the gun will stun them briefly, and you deal more damage. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about the gun mode. You can also use it to move yourself off stage and kind of like drift if you want to really go out far to try and gimp people. You can use the guns as a way to travel horizontally and try to get your hits out before going too low. So it's just a really good way to position yourself off stage if that's something you want to do. Obviously you can B reverse. You can B reverse them as well if you need to. So he has some pretty cool movement overall. His side B is this projectile that inflicts poison damage. Initially, the first hit will deal about 3, and the poison should get Lucina up to about 13, I believe. 12 or 13, yeah. So it deals 10 additional poison damage. When you do this with Arsene, it actually deals 20 damage total. 6 for the initial hit, and then 14 poison damage. But we'll talk more about that in a moment. So, how do I approach with Joker? I think you kind of want to use his forward air His down tilt's a decent approach option if you can cross up the shield. But for the most part, you're kind of spacing forward airs on the tip of shield so you don't get shield grabbed. You're using his side B, you're coming in for grabs as well. You primarily want to use up throw at the beginning, and you can actually drag people down with your up air and get a re-grab. And you want to punish landings with down tilt. His down tilt's pretty good. Unlike Richter's, you can't actually do anything after the slide, it's just a slide forward. So you can do things like drag down up air, short hop fair. So I'm just using up throw, and then I'm short hopping and up airing, right? And I'm making sure that I'm fast falling to pull them down. This is one of your combo starting moves, right? So another combo starter is down throw, combos into short hop forward air. So you can use your down throw, short hop fair, down tilt, drag down up air, re-grab, and if you end up actually doing that down throw up air, you can get your up B and then combo off of that. Your grapple hook, you cannot change the angle on this. It's a set angle and you cannot actually influence it. Well, his forward air can actually drag people down if you hit them with the first hit. See how I'm pulling Lucina down with me? And I can kind of get combos started that way. So Joker's forward air, falling, has a lot of versatility in how it works. Falling forward air can pop people up, but it can also drag them down. So you want to make sure that you're just hitting with the first hit. And it can also lead into grab. You can also jab block with it. So you can pull people down with forward air, and if they miss this tech right here, you can actually jab block them. Let me show you. And Lucina actually can't move from that state. And then you can actually get a forward smash there if you're fast enough. So this jab block situation is really, really important for securing KOs. Now another really cool situation is actually forward throw can also lead to a jab block. And you can get some early damage this way if your opponent misses the tech. Right? So there's a lot of things that he has to create situations for more damage depending on your opponent and their DI. But yeah, he's kind of like a fast-paced character that you want to really master his movement and his range. His falling back air can also combo into grab, so you can do a falling back air grab into up throw. And you can really just play around with his moves, right? And kind of string them all together. Down throw into up air. Once the up air hits, you can neutral B. They're tight windows, and he's a very, very technical character. He's not an easy character to play as, but this is what it takes to play Joker, essentially, right? Right, so that all is a true combo, and it dealt basically 0 to 50 damage. So if you're good with inputs and combos, definitely it's important to learn how to string his moves together off of his down throw, his up throw, getting up air into the command grab for more damage, following up off of that, getting drag down up airs and drag down forward airs. Forward air 1 will also pop people up, so you can technically do something like fair 1 into up smash and try and get that damage, or fair 1 into raw back air. Notice how I just turned around real quick. So yeah, Joker is just really, really fun and versatile, and I think that he's just, you know, a solid character all around without Arsene. Now I do want to talk a little bit about how Arsene works and getting into his counter. You can hold the counter down for a little while, but he is vulnerable after he lets go of his mask. So definitely keep that in mind. He can also get grabbed while he's countering. Aside from that, this is one of the best counters in the game, as it, you know, it kind of absorbs projectiles as well as physical moves. So we're gonna actually have Lucina forward smash us. Notice how I already have Arsene already. So basically, if you can counter one smash attack, you can get Arsene. And this is actually huge because Joker actually levels up tremendously once Arsene is out. I think he becomes a top 10 character, maybe even better. He's just ridiculously improved. Now, another just threshold to keep in mind, 2 snake grenades will give you Arsene, as well as countering 3 wolf lasers will also give you Arsene. So it seems to roughly be around 20% that you absorb will give you your persona. See, so I cut the damage into half, meaning that I took 9.9. So if Lucina just F smashes me here, I would take over 20%. So the threshold is roughly 20% that you want to counter if you want like a full Arsene meter. Now, Arsene lasts 30 seconds. It doesn't matter what you do while you're in Arsene mode. I can do whatever I want, as much times as I want. I can use all my abilities, I can use all my smashes. His range is increased, his damage is increased, his knockback is increased. But it doesn't actually wear out the timer the more actions you perform. So it's always going to be 30 seconds. The only thing that influences the timer for how long you have Arsene out is going to be you getting hit and taking damage. So we have our persona, and now I'm going to actually just set it to control. Notice how every time Lucina is damaging me, the timer is going down considerably, right? See that? So depending on how often you're getting hit while you have Arsene will make it more or less potent or more or less valuable. So you clearly just want to take advantage of this mode and try not to get hit as much as possible, but take advantage of it. And some cool things actually happen once he does get Arsene. Most of his ranges improve, just overall. So back air becomes faster and it kills. Back air I think is one of the best moves while Arsene is out. Especially for edge guarding. Everything becomes insanely powerful. His up B actually is invincible on startup, and he has one of the furthest up Bs in the game. His side B also hits almost full screen, and it deals a lot of damage. We're going to see Lucina take 14 more damage after the 6%, and you can still do his same combos that you would do normally while Arsene is out, just you deal a lot more damage. You can also do cool things like drag people down with up air and combo into up smash, and it's really cool. Same thing, you can still do the same jab locks and combo into forward smash, but it kills tremendously earlier. So this is something that you really want to get down and get used to Arsene's hitboxes, the speed, the range increase, the damage increase. One trick I really like a lot is actually to run off and use the side B into the stage, because when people recover, they actually run right into it and they get stage spiked. This is really, really good. Also, I didn't get to mention, but his forward tilt is a really, really safe poke. You can actually angle it up or angle it down. It does not hit below the ledge, but it's really, really strong, especially while Arsene is out, and it's a really good KO tool, actually. I do think that Joker kind of struggles with killing, at least safely. His smashes will definitely kill, but forward tilt's just a nice safe poke to get that KO. None of his throws KO, actually. It'll actually take about 200% for his down throw to KO, but his up throw I don't think would do the same. See, so down throw would KO, up throw doesn't. Neither does forward throw, even if we're at the very edge. Back throw might, but yeah, back throw can kind of kill, but you have to really be at the edge and they have to be at really high percent. So I actually prefer down throw if we're trying to kill earlier. So that's just something to note. But for the most part, you're going to be using his up throw to drag them down and down throw to combo off of. And you can go into raw back air off of the down throw. So it really depends what you're looking for. Joker doesn't have any out of shield options, which is I think one of the biggest disadvantages that he has. I can back air Lucina out of shield. My range isn't that good though. It's like barely hitting, and it's important to note that your back air out of shield will not hit Pichu. It will not hit Pichu or Olimar. It'll go right above their head. So I think that he has a hard time against small characters as well, because he's going to have to use down tilt, which is a commitment and it's unsafe, or jump with Nair, or do something else to try and hit them. But those are going to be his worst matchups, in my opinion, because he can't actually punish them out of his shield. He kind of just has to run away and reset the situation. Just kind of, some matchups are going to require him to just hang back and camp with the counter. He's going to be really good against projectile characters because he can just counter and build his meter. And then once he has Persona, he can go in and fight and really deal heavy damage, especially with the side B being such a fast projectile. So that's really important to take note of. But yeah, a really good ledge trap situation is actually using this move from half stage to cover that distance. When people try to get up from the ledge, it actually just covers all the ledge options. Even if they roll, it actually will still hit them and catch their roll. So it's really important to understand that spacing. Their only option there is to jump or to time a forward get up to avoid that situation altogether. Arsene's down air also actually becomes a spike when normally his down air is not like this. So you can actually get like down air into up smash as a true combo, and it kills quite early, deals 40 damage. So if you can find this down air in neutral, you can actually kill people quite early. I think if Lucina had a little bit more damage on her, from 60, she would be dead. So that's what I'm saying, this character is actually insane once you have the Persona out. Maybe a little bit too early there. Yeah, so that's pretty dope. You can actually combo off of down air. You can still do most of the same combos. His up air is also stronger too, and one of his most important KO moves, especially when Arsene's out. But you can get some KOs even without Arsene, so I would strongly recommend it. Using this to cover the walls and the ledges of the stage is also really, really strong. His Nair gets more range, dash attack is good, everything is good about Joker once he has Arsene. And of course he can go out really far and still generally make it back. So don't be afraid to go off stage and to edgeguard people with this character. Same thing for up throw into up air or up throw into up B, depending on position. Now, it's important to note that if your opponent is on the top platform, they can shield the up B. It's not a command grab, it's like Isabel's fishing rod where they can block it and it won't grab them. So that's important to know as well. If someone's hanging out on the ledge, down tilt will not hit them, but down smash will. You just have to be in the right spot for down smash to hit. Yeah, there we go. So down smash can hit people hanging on the ledge, but down tilt will not. However, if you get Arsene, then down tilt increases range, and it will hit people below the ledge. The same way that down smash will as well. And it'll kill. So if people hang on there too long and you have Arsene, then go ahead and use your down smash, use your down tilt to keep them from coming up. And this is a really good technique to just ensure that you're getting the interactions that you need. Forward tilt, all his moves become so much better. His guns get upgraded, they deal more damage, they're more hits, and yeah, he just becomes a tremendously good character. I love this back air for edge guarding as well. The same way that I would use Lucina's back air, I actually run off stage and use Joker's back air the same way. And his recovery is so good that you actually can go off and try to edge guard people really well and then make it back anyway. So don't be afraid to, go off stage with this guy and make sure that you're getting the advantage that you need. Now, finally, his counter is one of the best in the game. This will probably kill Lucina at maybe 55? Let's find out. Yeah, probably even earlier than that. His counter is insanely strong while Arsene is out, and it counters both projectiles and physical attacks, and it will kill tremendously early. kind of like Corrin's old counter used to be. They now gave it to Joker, so it's quite interesting. Yeah, and you can use this once again against projectiles as well as physical attacks, so it's really, really strong. I would highly recommend it. And yeah, please in the comments let me know if you have any questions. If there's anything that I left out, please feel free to write it. This character is new, I'm probably missing a lot of things, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video, help you guys get started. Definitely been having a lot of fun with Joker, so hopefully you guys also have fun with him. Not to mention, he has the coolest victory screen in the game, hands down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time.
Without a sign, without a question yet, the real question to be asked, where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter, actress masquerade, hiding both face and mind, but free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a shifter.